Hi you guys, it's Stephanie from Coffee Paper Scissors. Welcome back to my channel. So a week or so ago I did a tutorial on a file folder folio and it is stuffed. And so I wanted to show you how I stuffed it. I'm going to get to the center first and then I'll show you all the bits once I show you what's in the big pocket. Look at how fat that thing is. I don't know if I ever showed you the very back of it. I think I did. Anyway, it's full. Okay. So I'm going to show you what's inside and get this out of the way, and I'll pull it back in as we go. So I took one of those composition notebooks that the kids use for school, and I took all the pages out of it and did some playing with it. I have a headband closure. This is headband material that I got at one of the craft stores. It could have been Michael's, Joann Fabric, Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure which one. But so it's stretchy. And I just made this, and let me tell you what, it is not easy for this to go through a sewing machine. So anyway, this is going to end up being really fat, so a closure was important, but I wanted it to still fit down into the folio, so I didn't want to put something big on the side for a closure, so that's why I chose that. So that pulls off, and I used the same paper pack to cover the front and the back. I reinforced the spine on the outside with Tyvek, and then I covered it with lace and fabric. Okay, really pretty, isn't it? I did walnut stain distressing all the way around. I coffee stained the fabric, and I also used a little bit of the distress ink on the fabric. Okay, so then on the inside, get this out of the way for a minute, I used, more paper to cover this side and the same paper to cover this side, and then a large band going down the center of it, so it's very reinforced. And it has one signature in it. So what I did with the papers, I took the papers out. I just cut the sewing, in the center of the single signature, and I took them out, took them apart, but I left them whole. So you'll see here, it's still whole pages, okay? So I took them out whole, and then I coffee stained and also food coloring. I used food coloring. So how I did it was, I didn't dip it because these lines, they blur and fade and go away so easily. So what I did was I put my paper in cookie sheets, and I just sprayed them, not real heavily. I sprayed one side and then the other with coffee, and I baked them. This paper is so thin, it bakes quickly. So I did that, and then when they were all dry, I got rid of my coffee, and then I mixed up a little bit of food coloring, and I just looked on the box, and there was one for like Dusty Rose or something like that, and it says how many drops of blue and red to put in it. And so I did that, and I did the exact same thing. I just squirted the squirt bottle here and there, and I don't even think I baked it. It dried so quickly, and I just love the way it turned out, and it goes so well. So the blue of the paper, the lines, just kind of gets blurry a little bit and faded and blotchy, and then the pink picks up this pink. I just loved it. Okay, so every page is like that and blank. I left the whole thing blank. Okay, let me count them and tell you how many I did. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I actually did 22 pages because each one of these is 2 pages sewn together. So after they were dry, I flattened them. I put them between heavy stacks of books, and I flattened them. I folded them in half, you know, to be like this, and then I flattened them for a full day. And then when they were nice and flat, I took 2 pieces and I sandwiched them together. I glued just around the edge, not in the center or anything, just around the edge. And I put them together and I let that dry, and then I stitched around each one, okay? So each one of them is 2 full pages stitched together, and the sound is so nice. I love the sound of it. One of the reasons why it's double is because this paper is so thin that you can see what you've written on this side, on the other side, unless you double it up. So anyway, that's how I made this, and it ended up being, you know, nice and fluffy, and there's lots of pages to write on. Okay, so then what did I fill the folio with? Well, first let me show you what I pulled out of the center. I put this here because they don't really fit in the folio. So what I have here are some side pockets. I have them all cut and prepared. There's 5 of them. Okay, so, and they can go wherever in the book. I have distress inked all of these that I have cut out and prepared. Everything is distressed. Okay, so there's 5 of those. I'm going to put that off to the side. We'll talk about these in a minute. We're going to go back over here and go inside, and I've stuffed this with 3 envelopes. Okay, we're going to talk about this envelope first. Okay, so I'm going to move this back out of the way. So here are side pockets. This envelope has in it regular pockets. Okay, so I made 5 regular pockets. And I didn't decorate anything, and I will show you why. Again, this is all from the same paper pack, so everything goes. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to put it back together as I go, otherwise my job is going to be huge. I'm leaving some paper clips that that kind of go with everything as well. Okay, and I covered the part that's sticky so that the envelope doesn't get stuck down. And I covered this side with some of the paper. I'm going to put that up there. In this one, I have 5 belly bands, and they're all about approximately the same length, but their thicknesses are different. Okay, and again, I didn't decorate anything, I just distressed them. This one, you know, cute, it could go either way. Okay, and this one. Okay, so there's 5 of those. And then these and the things that I took out of the notebook when I opened it are all journaling cards and tags. All of them, again, not decorated. Okay, I'm going to put another paper clip on that one. These were the ones that were loose. Lots and lots and lots of places to fill. Stack of tags. I've been distressing this stuff for 2 days. I've done a lot of distressing, made my knuckles hurt. Lots of them, right? And then, so on a couple of these, I put some eyelets. Let me tell you what, I had some trouble. I have never had so much trouble with eyelets in my life. I watch people do videos and they have trouble, and I've never had trouble like it before, and I think it's because I wasn't videoing it when I was doing it before. Oh my goodness, I had trouble. So anyway, but I did finally manage to get them done. Okay, so those were the loose ones. I'm going to leave those in there. I'm going to put these back in the envelope so that I know where they came from. And this one's decorated just the same as the other one was. Okay, and then let me show you what's in this one. I made a bunch of clusters. So now this is why I didn't decorate anything. This envelope is decorated also. So I made several clusters out of all of my bits and pieces. It can go whichever way you want. There's that one. That one. I put little brads on them, not on all of them, and some buttons. And it can go any way you want it to, side, upside, down side, whatever you want. However you want it. Okay, so those are the clusters I made. I only made 6 because they're thick and they really make a page, you know, pretty fat. So I'm going to poke those back down in there. And I'm going to put them back in the folio so I know where they went. Along with those pockets, those side pockets. Okay, bring the folio back over. I hope this is easy enough to follow. I'm trying to do it in a thought out manner. If I pulled it out in the wrong order, I'm not quite sure you guys would understand where I was going with it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move over this way, and over here I have put a bunch of different ribbons, and they're on this here. So once you've used the ribbons, then you can use this thing also. So there's a bunch of blue and blue-greens to go with the pages, and then some pinks and some cream again. I've taped everything down so it doesn't fall out. So those go in there. And then over on the other side, over here, there's it's like a silvery gray bag. And inside are envelopes. There's 5 of them. I'm just going to take out a couple. And I did these the same way I did the paper in the notebook. And I don't know why, but these envelopes didn't have sticky stuff on them, so don't have to worry about them, you know, getting stuck together or anything like that. So there are 5 of those. Okay, and then over here in this pocket, now this is just a flip up and I've left that blank. Over here, I have 3 bags that I made, and inside of them are a bunch of things to decorate with. So in this one, there's a bunch of these. So you can make your own clusters or just a little decoration on the page. These labels, there's a whole bunch of labels, all distressed. And then these, I have a heart punch, And these 3 hearts come in the one punch when you punch it. So, you know, you can do a little decoration of hearts on something. And I did several different punches from different pages. So for instance, on this page, let's say, you could do something like that. And so I left all those pockets blank so that you could use the things that I've punched out. Okay, so that's from this bag. Go ahead and put those back in there. And then of course you can use the bag in the journal as well. Okay, and then this one has a bunch of tabs. So you can put the tabs on some of the journaling cards or some of the edges of the pages. So there's a bunch of those. And again, you can use the pocket. Yeah, the pocket when you're done. And then in this one, a bunch of butterflies. I have several different butterfly punches, so I used those. Lots of butterflies. How pretty, right? So, and my thoughts are, you know, a person could just, as they're journaling, they can decorate the page they're working on, or they could take and just decorate the whole thing all at once, but it's all together. Everything goes and it's all inked up. You don't have to do anything. You just pull it out and journal. And I tried to think of what I use, so that's what I tried to put into them. Isn't that cute? Okay. Let's stick those back in there. And then in the front, I have some buttons. So I have some buttons. I'll just go ahead and pour them out because I don't know how well you can see them through the plastic. And a couple of keys. So I tried as best I can. I'm telling you that the greenish blue in the paper is so hard to match. It is very difficult. So anyway, I've got some creams, some brownishes. There's even some little silver ones here that you would run a ribbon through, you know. So I thought those were really cute. And then this is another little card you can use, but I've got seam binding wrapped around it to go on all those tags. Of course, you could use some of the ribbon and thing that I put in there also to go on the tags. Okay, and then also in that envelope, which is also one of the sheets from the paper pack, so you can use this in the journal as well, and it has a little closure in the front. I put a whole bunch of banners. So there are all different sizes, giant to medium to a little bit smaller. And I just think it's fun to use on a page, on an envelope. You can use them by themselves or you can group them onto something. So, for instance, this Well, it's a little busy. Let me see we'll do one of the ones that is here. So you could just take one of them and stick it on the side. And that's cute. Or you could say, do something like down from here with, you know, something like that. You can do them on envelope, you can use them on the pockets, you can just use them on the papers. So, okay, so that's everything. I just thought, how much fun would that be to have the journal all ready? Everything's in it. You just pull it out and go. So if you have made one of the file folder folios and you're wondering what to fill it with, here's an idea. You could give it as a gift. You could use it yourself. If you are interested, this is listed on in my Etsy shop, and you can find it in the description box down below. I hope you like it, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks, and bye.